let's talk health. Welcome to another video on Naila's Corner, where today we will be talking about health, wellness, and how to maintain a healthy lifestyle while still being able to eat, do, and basically be what you want. So as a young child, young as in 8 years old, I had a diagnosis of Hashimoto's thyroiditis. And from that day on, that moment on, I was basically cold turkeyed into things I could and could not do, things I could and could not use, and things I could and could not eat. And while being that hard on myself, not hard on myself, but like being that strict in life and in all of my actions, I was able to recover quickly and get to where I needed to be and where I knew I was able to manage my health positively. So through all those experiences and throughout that time in my life, even though I was young, I did learn and pick up a lot of information that I think is very vital to the average person and just to anybody who really wants to maintain a healthy lifestyle. A lot of these takes might sound familiar, and I'm not one to make someone feel like you have to do this, and if you don't do this, then you're not good enough, you're not healthy, you're not whatever. I'm not that type of person. I just like to share what I've done and what works for me in hopes that you get inspiration and apply it to your own life. So that's basically what I'm here for and what I'm going to talk about in today's video. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. So at 8 years old, I was diagnosed with Hashimoto's thyroiditis, which is a hyperactive thyroid, which means your thyroid levels are higher than the average. In my case, they were very high. And most people get their thyroid glands removed from having hyperactive thyroid. Me personally, and my mom, of course, didn't want to do that. And I feel that when you're born with something, you're supposed to have it, unless it's physically hurting you and taking out is the only option. I feel that you can heal whatever is going on with you with things that are from the earth, things that are put here, things that are presented to you. So with that being said, a big thing of how you can heal yourself is 1, how you move your body, and 2, what you put into your body. So a big thing that really helps me stay healthy and manage my levels down to where they're supposed to be is remaining active. From a very young age, I was always very active, always flipping, always climbing, always doing something. So my mother put me in gymnastics. I absolutely loved gymnastics. I feel like every kid should do gymnastics. Gymnastics is the most fun thing in the world. I did gymnastics, I did track, I did basketball, I played volleyball. I would always go every single summer to my grandma's house with all my cousins, and we would be outside every single day. And we just rode bikes, we ran around, we built stuff. We just were very active children. And me as a child, it's fun to be active. I like going outside, I like playing, I like hanging out. But as a parent, I can see that it was intentional. All the things were put in to push me towards being more active, which I really appreciate now, because now being active is a big part of my life and I love everything active. I like going on hikes, riding my bike, going to the gym, driving even, and like active is engraved in me now. So with that being said, active is a big thing. Be active. You don't have to stick to any specific regimen. You don't have to pick someone's workout and stick to it to a T. That is never gonna work for you. It never works for anybody because everyone is so different. There is no cookie cutter diet, no cookie cutter activity, no cookie cutter gym sesh, no cookie cutter anything that works for everybody. You need to find what works for you, and putting things into your life slowly and doing things that really match with your lifestyle is a big thing. Like if you have an elevator where you live or where you work, realistically, because if you work on the 160th something floor, I'm not expecting you to do this, but take the stairs. If you live on like the second, third, fourth floor, take the stairs every once in a while. I mean, you don't have to, but it's something you can implement. If you are going to the grocery store, park a little farther. My grandpa used to do this all the time. He would park all the way in the back, even if the parking lot was completely empty. He would park all the way in the back just so he could walk. Just so he could walk like a fourth of a mile to the store, and said it was good exercise. I say it like that because he's from the Caribbean and he has like an accent, and I can never get the accent right, but he does that. So like that is another way to do it. There was this story on this man. He was really struggling with losing weight. Nothing worked for him at all. He tried so many diet plans, tried so many workouts, he just gave up. And he was a really big snacker. So I'm not sure if it was his doctor who told him to do this or he decided this on his own, but either way, it's amazing. He was like, anytime he wanted a snack, he would walk to the nearest store, which was the Walmart that was about like 5 miles away from him, or like a mile or 5 miles, something like that. He would walk there, no matter the weather, no matter anything. I think he lived in like Florida or something, so it was like mainly really hot outside most of the time. He walked there and back. Anytime he wanted a snack, he would get the snack, but he would walk there and back. He ended up losing weight like that. It's things like whatever aligns with you. I feel like when something aligns with you, it's gonna work regardless. It's gonna work when it aligns with you and who you are. Because at the end of the day, that is what you're supposed to be. You're supposed to be in alignment with yourself. And once you're in that alignment, anything you do is gold. Anything you do is gonna work. It may not work right away. It may not work on the first try, second try, third try. Those are just tests. You need to stick to it. And eventually, when you are ready, it will happen for you. So that's my take on being fit, staying active, just as long as you're moving your body. 30 minutes, 60 minutes, little bits and pieces of the day throughout the whole entire day. Whatever works for you, find it and stick to it, stay consistent, and you will see your results. The next thing is eating. I know eating is such a big, huge thing with people now, especially with inflation, food prices, hell, gas prices, living expenses, everything expensive. And it's stressful, and stress leads to weight gain, stress leads to acne, stress leads to anxiety, stress leads to all of these different factors, which ultimately results in health. So my big thing with eating is just to eat consciously. You don't have to go on any strict diet. You don't have to restrict yourself to hell, because that's never gonna work for you, because that restriction is not a lifestyle. And if you make it a lifestyle, you're gonna be miserable. And you should not live your life being miserable. That's crazy. You should never live your life and feel miserable while you're living it. So my big thing is, like I said, being intentional, being conscious of what you're putting in your body and what it's doing for you. So what I mean by that is that instead of picking up the bag of Doritos, Doritos, chips, like the really crazy unhealthy, pick up a healthier option to substitute it out. Not saying you have to cut chips out of your diet completely, because what if you really love chips and that's what really keeps you going and it makes you sad that you can't eat chips? Pick an alternative to the chips. You know what I mean? And like things like that, just switch it out with healthier alternatives. Another thing is that when we are bored, we want to snack, we want to munch, we want to eat, we want to do different things like that. That's completely fine. Who doesn't love a snack? Who doesn't love a good snack? Just maybe switch it out with something healthy, or do the snack and add an activity to it. Like stuff like that to implement your eating. Key. You don't have to cut these things out of your life. If that's what brings you joy, you should never cut the joy out of your life. Just switch it up in a way that you're consciously knowing, well, this is a little bit better, or this is better for me, or this is doing more for me, or make it an incentive reward. Make it like, if I do X amount of things, if I do XYZ, if I do this and that, I get to enjoy this little snack. So it gives you, or like this little meal or this little dessert. So it gives you incentive, which allows you to train your mind to want to accomplish things and push forward for that reward. Because that's really how the human brain works. It wants rewards, it wants a challenge, it wants to practice, it doesn't want things too easy. Because when you give it too easy, it just gets compliant and it sits there and it, you know, and then you're unhappy with yourself and you feel really bad. You might get stomach aches, headaches, like you just have anxiety over things, and you just need to keep that cycle going. Give yourself something to look forward to, you know, in a sense that you are gonna get used to it, and then it just always gets you up in the morning and makes you that much more motivated also. And with that, I understand, back to like the money and the inflation and how it, like, people are like, it's so unrealistic to buy all organic, it's so unrealistic to eat healthy all the time, like it costs an arm and a leg just for some groceries. Like, that is completely understandable. I know how much it is. It's crazy. But there are places, there are stores out there that are more like, not so much name brand, but they're like more monopolies on the business, as in the sense that they make their own cereals, they make their own oatmeal, they have their own farms, like they have their own stuff, and that brings the price down. Because honestly, unless you're getting everything off your own farm, it's not gonna be free. It's not. I wish it would. Who doesn't wish everything would be free? But it's about the consciousness of where you're getting it from, and like, you just keep that in mind. Because I mean, it's okay if that's all you can do. Just like keep the conscious and try to do a little bit better. Because when you're in alignment with what you're supposed to be doing, and when you're in alignment with what you're supposed to be intaking and what you're supposed to be, how you're supposed to be acting, all that, it'll come to you. Because look, when you are in alignment, that's a big thing. People need to be in alignment with themselves. When you are on the track, on the path that you're supposed to, you will be provided with everything you need. But you have to get there first. And it's hard to get there first. You have to let go of a lot of what you're used to, a lot of your ego, a lot of how you may come off to other people. You have to let it go. And that first initial moment is gonna be hard. It's hard for everyone. But once you get there, it's over. Once you get there, you are set. You are gonna be receiving everything you need. But once you get there, you have to keep it up. You can't just stop everything you're doing once you get there. You have to continue, and move forward, move on. So I know we got kind of off track, but moving your body every single chance you get, every single time you have that little bit of extra to move, even if you don't feel like doing it, after, you're gonna feel so much better. And you shouldn't hate what you're doing. If you hate what you're doing, change it. Life is too precious, life is too valuable to hate every single day. That's crazy. And then be conscious, be mindful of what you're putting in your body. It's okay if you go out to eat and you want that thing that you've been craving, or that sounds so good on the menu, or you leave the country and they have this amazing dish or this amazing snack, and you know, well, that probably is packed with sugar, or that's like, look, live your life. Just know that you enjoyed yourself where you were, and you were able to experience that. You're not gonna do it every single day, but don't restrict yourself on having experiences. But like, if it's a random cupcake at the grocery store, and you told yourself you eat healthy, and you like, I just want that cupcake real quick, let me eat that cupcake. There was no reason for that. You know what I mean? That's what I mean by the consciousness of it all, you know? So that was just my little bit of takes. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Do you practice conscious eating, conscious working out, are you conscious of what you put in your body? Let me know in the comments below. And if you're not, will you try? Like, are you willing to take that step into being in alignment with yourself and getting your physical to where you want your mental to be, you know? All right, thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.